Let's go.
This is Different Kind of Genius. I guess I'm the host. My name's Andre Kufe. What does a man like me do? So, I did psychology at uni. I got my undergrad and decided that was enough. I'm now a youth worker sometimes, but I do that pretty often. I enjoy it. It's sick. And yeah, I decided to make Different Kind of Genius to celebrate other people's kinds of genius. And today with me, I don't know where to begin with this man. This man's a different man. This man's been a man that has looked after me since I got to Geelong. Mans wouldn't be looking as fresh as I am right now if it wasn't because of this man. I call him Magic Hands, but his real name's Vince Ballesteros, and here he is.
Hello, it's Ballesteros.
Man, shit, I was close. I'm close.
Yeah, what's up? Hello.
I'm chilling, bro. I'm blessed, actually. How are you?
Great, living. We're finally here. We finally made it.
Man, I appreciate you riding it
Man,
out. We decided to do this thing.
This whole day has taken forever.
Man, I picked the youth up at, what, like 1:30?
Yeah.
And it's now like 7:30 something.
Yeah.
And we finally recorded.
Oh,
we had some mishaps. The microphone shit itself, fresh out of the box. That confused me.
Yo.
Oh, big ups to Jaren. This is his microphone, and that's the man that's allowed us to do it today. Boom, boom, boom.
All right, what are we doing here?
Who are you?
Me. All right. I'm Vince. Everyone calls me Boom. I am currently at uni. I'm working. I'm a barber for the most times. Sorry, let me just put my phone on silent real quick.
Liam's over there angry because that's the first thing he said. Turn your phone off.
Yeah. Well, a barber, and right now, I don't know. What am I doing right now? My main goal is just to get this haircutting thing on its way, really.
Bro, people don't know what that is. Tell us, what's that?
Sweet. So, essentially what I do is I do home service barbering. I go to people's houses. I cut their hair. They pick a spot. They pick a time. I'm there. If it's during when I'm free, and this is on my own time. If I'm not working, if I'm not at uni, then I'll be cutting hair. And essentially, that's basically it. I'm 24 hours on call almost half the time. It has its days, but thoroughly enjoy it. I wouldn't give it up for anything else, really.
Bro.
Yeah.
You undersold yourself so much.
Am I supposed to like look at the camera or you?
You do whatever feels comfortable to you. If you got some shit to say, look at the camera. Cool. If you otherwise, just you direct your eyes wherever.
All right.
Wait, but this man does so much more than that. I've never seen a man that is so for his family. What you do for your little sister and how you take her to all your basketball games, go to all the basketball camps. Bruh, me and Jack did that growing up, and believe me, that was not fun. Yeah. It wasn't even fun for us when we were the ones playing it. I couldn't imagine being the individual that has to take her to all these places.
Well, it's I never got to do that when I was younger, so I may as well give her that time. Plus, I never really get to see my family, so that's that one time during the week or a few times during the week that I get to see her.
True.
Which is pretty fortunate enough. And, aside from all the things that's going on, I'm trying to keep in touch with everyone I'm close with, whether it be my family, Jack, Eric, Dre. I'll make sure that I get to see those guys outside of the things that I'm doing in my life, just to keep touch, just to touch base, really,
Why is that important, bud?
Why is it important?
Yeah. Why do you think it's important to make sure that you put all your time and energy into doing certain things for you, like your hair, like your barber game? Your barber game's strong. But why is it important to make the time for other people?
Well, they're the ones that make you. They're the ones that make you, They say you are who you hang out with sometimes, if I'm out there just hanging with people I don't know, I might not even know who I am,
True.
If I'm constantly with just my family who know me best, my closest friends who know me best, then they're the ones to keep me in line. And if I act out different, then they'll be like, yo, what are you doing? So I try to keep touch base with all those guys, best as possible, really.
Bro, that's completely fair enough.
Yeah.
And then I think another thing to that too, when you do that, you need a balance. Everybody in life needs a balance. Like, you need to be able to spend half your time doing something, half your time doing another thing.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, like, have spent enough time doing a mixture of both so that
Yeah.
you don't wake up the next day thinking, nah, bun that, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But man, but that's like with anything. We take our closest relationships for granted for too much, just because, like, especially at this age, like between the ages of 18 to 30, everyone's just grinding. Everyone's trying to just do their best to find themselves, get their foot in the door, just try to figure out what life is, like how to be an adult. And it's sometimes hard to keep touch with your family and your friends because you're so distracted with everything else. You know?
That keyword, distraction.
Yeah.
Think about how much shit we do that we just do to distract ourselves.
100%. 100%.
It's not even funny.
100%. And like it'd be a perfect world if we were all productive. Maybe not even though, just because if we were all productive, then we don't know what being productive is, and it's like then you've got no balance because all you're doing is just doing and you don't have time for yourself.
Man.
Self-reflection, and then that can lead down to many different things.
True.
Some good, some not.
Wait, the thing I think was very important that you just said there, self-reflection.
Yeah.
Like, man, people throw that word around. What does that word mean to you?
Me, it's like sometimes you just gotta step back, reevaluate. What are you doing right now? Like, are you going out too much? Are you not at home enough, or are you at home too much and you're not doing anything productive? Whatever you're doing now, is that going to affect you what you're doing later? And if it's not, then you just got to find what makes you happy as well.
True.
You know,
What's that for you?
making yourself, well, happiness for me, and like I've sort of found that myself serving other people and
Okay.
like making people better than who they are right now is like my long-term goal. Like, not even just my long-term goal, that's like more like my, how would you say it? It's like the way I live my life. That's one of my core values. There you go.
Okay.
Core values.
Okay.
Like just serving other people.
Yeah.
Putting others before myself, because in order for me to be happy, I need to make sure everyone else around me is happy. You know, so then I'm surrounded by happy people. If everyone else is sad around me, then that will make me sad, and then I don't want that in my life.
True. But then what blows me away is you're a man with that confidence that you understand that if I empower the people around me, it'll empower myself.
Yeah,
But I think the only reason you've got there is because you found that within yourself.
100%.
Man, there aren't many people that dead set wake up in the morning, they're like, this is the shit I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And if you just stick to your core values, I think it's like it's easy to make decisions in your life, because sometimes it's so hard to figure out what you want to do. And like, but if you have this core set of values, like I'm going to put my family first, I'm going to serve others, I'm going to make sure that my well-being is well. If I've got those values, then I'm able to just keep making decisions based on that.
Man, you can keep moving forward. If any one of
That's
those
right.
three things like was to get hindered,
That's right.
you'd have an issue.
That's right. That's right.
True. That's powerful. That really is.
Yeah.
Oh, and then another thing I just realised, which we didn't even do. Tell the people how old you are. They'd probably be sitting here thinking, this man's old as...
Nah. I'm 21.
Bruh.
21. But they're like, I'm turning 22. I'm like 5 years out of high school, so it's like we're getting there in age.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So
That time
it's been a
goes so
minute.
quick.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Time
Like
goes so quick.
the first time I met Dre was at my school graduation, which was 2014, and I just dapped him up. And then the first time we actually like spoke was the first time I gave him a haircut. That was back at like Pat Mac's house. That was the first time we ever met. I think that was like 4 years ago.
Bro, and what was the first thing I told you about a haircut? When you dapped me up that day, you were like, "Wait, I cut Jack's hair," and I was like, "I don't trust people when it comes to touching my hair."
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's like, man, black men don't like getting their hair cut by like just anyone.
Wait, fuck all that. Black men don't like getting their hair cut from anybody that's not a black man or a woman.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And it's like when you're able to build that trust as well with the barber, it's like it's sick. Like, you go to the barber shop, you just sometimes you just don't even get a haircut there. Sometimes you just hang out and
Man, you
just like
vibe.
you just vibe there. That's the like because they're all for the culture.
Yep.
Um, and you need to build that barber client relationship with everyone else, so you feel like you're the client, know what the client wants, and I'm like, damn, my client's looking fresh today. He's feeling good today. I feel good today.
Bruh, I think if I go 2 weeks without seeing you, I start feeling really down about myself. And like, as you just said, that all started from that.
Yeah,
And I'm so happy it did.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm so happy it did.
That's it. That's it.
So like, take us back to then. So what, 2014?
14,
Who are
that's
you
when we
cutting?
finished up.
Were you just cutting Jack? Were you?
Well, oh well. So people always ask me when I started cutting hair.
Yeah,
I reckon it was still around like high school, year 11, year 12.
true.
And it was literally, it started off with just cutting my dad's hair. And from there, it was cutting, one of my best mates wanted to get his hair cut. So I was cutting his hair. Then my friend saw that he got his hair cut by me. So then I started cutting hair. I'm like, but like, this was nothing. This was like just a two on the sides. And then like, I'll sort of trim off a little bit on the top. Like nothing too crazy. And then year 12, I tried to convince Jack for the longest time, man. I'm like, man, just get me to cut your hair. Just
Man.
because,
Oh, bro, we had it so
yeah.
rough.
I was like trying to convince everyone, like, yo, can I cut your hair? Can I cut your hair? Not because like I wanted to make money off them or whatever. It's more like I like doing this, and it's cool just seeing like what I can do with. If I cut your hair and I make you look fresh, then I sort of get the credit for it. Like that's a bit narcissistic sometimes because like, yo, I'm just showboating to tell everyone like, oh man, like I did that. See, I did that.
No, but that's how you make us feel. Like, if there's one thing I hear people say every time they go to a hairdresser, they're like, went to the hairdresser, they fucked my shit up.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
At what point are you just like, oi, sort this out or stop?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how they can walk away from it.
No, but then from there, like, it sort of evolved into just consistently just cutting hair, People wanted haircuts every 2 weeks, every week. And it was just the same rotation of like 10 guys or whatever.
True.
Again, still not getting paid because what I was telling them, I never accepted many money at that point in time just because I didn't feel like it was worth anything. I was just cutting their hair, and what I told them, like, look, you're paying me with experience. If you really want to give me something, give me food. Like, that's all I can ask for. Bro, I was like broke as when I was in high school, so, just got to make a hustle.
How times change for some.
Yeah.
Only some.
Yeah. And then, again, just being...
Hold on, just on that. That's real, though. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you needed that to find those 10 people that you could trust and be like, all right, like, not asking these people for money.
Yeah.
But then your goal with that person is to make this person look good.
Yeah.
But it's different when you care.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, it's a different story when the person that's helping you do anything, as long as they care.
Yeah, 100%.
And from everything you've said, like, you said it was narcissistic before.
Yeah.
But I think there's a power in that. Like, that's personally why I keep coming back to you.
Yeah.
Like, if you weren't cutting my hair thinking, yeah, I did a good job of that, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
What am I gonna be proud of?
That's right. And like going back to then, at that point in time, I've sort of like, I'm in year 12, almost finishing up high school, and cutting hair was just like not even on the radar. It was just one of those things. It's one of those skills that I just picked up.
Yeah.
But I was like full-time chefing. I was full-time
Wait,
going
this
to
man's a chef
uni.
too. Sheesh.
I was going to uni at the same time, 4 units. I was like, damn, man. I did a trimester of just doing that, just four units of uni. 4 units of uni, and then doing full-time apprenticeship. That was
for
like
chefing?
for chefing, yeah.
So that and full-time study as well.
And then so at that point I was like full-time study, I was chefing, plus I was still working McDonald's. So my
No
week,
man worked at McDonald's.
so my week would consist of I'd go uni 4 days a week, and then at night I would go to Black Bull or Mojo, wherever I worked, and just work there. Weekends would look like Saturdays I'd be working at McDonald's from 6 to 10, catch a bus to town from 2 to close, which is around 10:30. Then start that again on Sunday, which Sunday was like another 5 till 12 or whatever, some ridiculous shift. And that was my life for like 6 months. And there goes a saying, where if you're doing something that you don't like doing, you're going to find something in yourself to do, not do that. Find something else to do and not do what you're doing now for the rest of your life. So imagine I'm there just washing dishes. I'm like, man, I hate washing dishes. I'm gonna try and find something else to do than be doing this. If you're getting what I'm saying.
Bro, I get you completely. And like, I talk to youth about that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to, like, when you're in those times, they're the best times to try. And then, like,
Oh,
that's what you
100%.
worked out. Like, you could have got comfortable in that 6 month, well, you can't get comfortable in that 6 month routine because
No.
you would have died, because you would have worked yourself to complete exhaustion.
Oh, yeah.
But you understood that, all right, this is what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like this.
Yeah.
And for my circumstance to change,
Yeah.
I have to change this.
Yeah. 100%.
But that thought alone is enough to prevent people from changing. Like,
Yeah.
there must
'cause
have
it's too
been something
scary.
in you that was like, no, there's something else.
Yeah. So then after that 6 months of just uni, then chef and then McDonald's, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna quit Macca's. I'm gonna defer from uni, and then just do my apprenticeship. So I did that for a full year. Did that, finished that up.
Hold on, let me
Then-
interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
How did your Filipino mother take that information?
Look, to be honest, I didn't even tell them until like it was like a month after trimester. I was like, "Oh yeah, ma, like I stopped. I deferred from uni. I think I'm just gonna do this apprenticeship, finish it, and then go back." And she was, oh man, she was mad. She was mad. So then I was like, yeah. But what can they do, you know? My dad was a bit more supportive. He was just like, he wants me to finish. So I'm like, yeah. So the deal was I had 1 year to do the apprenticeship, and then I had to go back to uni.
All right.
So what? I finished up 2014, 2015, 2016. So trimester 2 of 2016 was when I came back to uni. Which is around July or whatever.
Yeah. So T2.
Yeah, try to. And then yeah, just went back to uni. Then I just worked part-time somewhere else.
What, not a Black Bull or Mojo?
I think I was at Black Bull Mojo here or there, but then another job came up where I just worked.
Yeah.
And then so that was just making ends meet. And still on the side, well, even when I was still going to uni, doing an apprenticeship and working, I was still cutting hair on the side.
I know, bro.
And just because I like to do it. Anytime when everyone wants a haircut, I'm like, yo, yeah, come through, whatever. You want to get one before school? Yeah, come through. And the worst part was, I didn't have my license at that time, so it's
Yeah, I
either
was coming to you.
everyone was coming to me or I'd bring all my stuff to them. And sometimes that'd be like a 1 hour, 2 hour commute, and you're just like, ugh.
How would you commute though? Would you
Bus, train,
Oh, so you were really out there
whatever.
doing that
Yeah,
yourself?
yeah. Like there was no such thing as Uber. Even if there was Uber, like I wouldn't spend my money on that. You know?
Yeah, true. Not if you're actually putting in the work.
Yeah. And then again, so I've been at uni for the last 2.5 years.
Yeah. Wait, doing what? I don't think you mentioned. Well, I think you probably did at the start, but you probably were talking about.
Yeah.
So you were doing nursing at first.
Yeah.
Now what are you doing?
Commerce.
True.
Yeah. But again, I tell my parents, so I'm just going to uni for my parents, to be honest, because
Just to keep them happy.
that's our deal. It was like, just finish uni and I'll and they'll be happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Put my preferences aside for a sec. What's uni? Just get that over and done with whatever I do. and just be done with it. Once I'm done, then I'm free to do whatever I want. But again, uni's just not the biggest thing for me. It's not a motivating factor for me to get up in the morning and do what I do.
Yeah.
What gets me to do what I do is everyone else, like, just trying to. I just have something in me that just wants to make people happier than they are now. You know, I've got so many things lined up that I want to do, like whether it be helping like the homeless or
Man, I see you at the
going
outpost. Like, they actually
going
know who you are.
going to like just charity events, something bigger than myself, because it might not make a big impact on you, or it might not make a big impact on the guy next to us, but it helps out this one guy who's down in the dumps, who's very low, you know? And that's what I care for. Even like if I was cutting hair, I still like, and people couldn't pay me. I'm like, look, I don't, doesn't matter as long as you're happy with the haircut, that's cool, you know?
That's sick.
You know? And I never really do expect anything in return. And I think that was just me growing up. Like, I just never expected anything in return, because the act of giving more is way better.
Yes, because but then if you were expecting something in return, I don't think
I
your
wouldn't
work
even be
might
doing.
not have, yeah,
No,
like,
I wouldn't
yeah,
even
like,
be doing
what would you
this.
like? You wouldn't. Why would you be doing it?
Yeah, that's right. Like, if I'm doing like say I do like 50 haircuts in a week, and only 2 people paid me. If I was like, I'm not getting anything out of this, I'm not going to cut hair anymore. That's 48 people without a haircut anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Or like,
I mean, they're Geelong. Where you gonna get it?
that's it, that's it. Well, like, shouts out to all the barbers out there in
Wait, yeah,
Geelong.
yeah, 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 yeah. Wait, they'll see them. They'll see them. We got a few in mind, but there are a few
Yeah.
that need to step their game up.
Nah, look, as good as you think I am, I'm like, I'm not gonna
No, but no, for
I'm not gonna
everything
rank
you
myself
said,
up there.
the reason
I'm still learning, you know. I'm still young. Like,
man, but I come to you for the vibe. Like,
yeah, that's it. And that's what I try to, that's what I try to make better of myself. Like, I think people appreciate the service more than they do the haircut.
yeah,
And at the same time, now for me, cutting hair, it's not even about the haircut anymore. It's more about the people that I meet.
true. Like,
It's like,
go a bit further with that.
again, it's like the barbershop. I want to just talk. Like, how much more intimate could you be when someone's sitting down for a haircut, you're touching them, doing whatever with their hair, they're not moving. How much more vulnerable can the client be or the person be?
Bro,
You
there are
know?
times when people feel
There,
vulnerability in those chairs.
yeah, that's right. And because it's, you've got that confidentiality between me. Like, I'm not going to go out there and tell your problems to the world, nor are you going to tell my problems to the rest of the world, you know?
It's true.
So yeah. Now, going back to where, what? I finished up the chefing.
Yep. So wait, you finished your chef and apprenticeship.
It's technically no.
Okay.
I've like I think I have a couple of months left until I'm actually a qualified chef.
Yep. But what was, how many years was that?
I did 3 years of cooking.
Okay. Facts. Facts.
So I think it was 3 or 4 years. I was still doing it during high school.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that was one of my big things. I actually wanted to become a chef. And it ties in perfectly to serving others, you know? So like, you cook for other people, they're happy with your food. And then that makes them happy. Even though I don't get to eat it, seeing other people enjoy what I made, that makes me way happier. Like, how many times do I cook up here? I don't even really eat the food. You guys are smashing it down. But it's the fact that you guys, your bellies are full, that
True.
like, that makes it even better, you know?
Man, like, all I can say from that is I appreciate just sitting there eating that food. But why, like, so I guess, so you're reasoning that to the same thing with haircuts. It's, you've cooked all these people food for them to feel good. And
That's
that
right.
makes you feel good knowing that you've made others feel good.
Yeah, that's right.
Like that, brother. That's like true. That's something else.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
something else.
Yeah, because again, don't really expect anything in return. And if the people around me are happy, then I'm happy. You know, how much more difficult could it be? It's like, I make it sound so simple, but it's the truth. Like, if the people around you are happy, then you're happy. And if the people around you are down in the dumps, there's two ways you can go about it: be down in the dumps with them, or help them get back up. You know?
It's true. Or and it's those people that don't want help getting back up.
Yeah, and
They're
then
the ones you just got to keep moving, and you don't have to leave them behind, but you pick yourself up,
yeah,
and hopefully that motivates the
yeah,
others around you to pick themselves up.
yeah. And in saying like, you know how I'm saying like, make others happy to make myself happy.
Yeah.
Don't force it either.
Oh, of course you can't.
Don't try and make someone else happy just for the sake of being happy. You know, because what that's gonna do is take away all your energy, where you can use it. Where you can use that energy to help other people. True.
Man, there's one thing I say, and you know it all too well. It's like we've got to be very careful with our energy, and it's true. Like, if you're trying to help someone, but force your help upon them, like, what does that even look like?
Yeah.
That'd be like me coming to your house, waking up at 6 a.m. It's like, oh, bros, you ready to go cut hair?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it.
Like, yeah, I never thought about that, but you do see it. People sort of,
Yeah. You're like you're trying to like help a dead horse basically.
pretty much.
So, yeah, and that's what I've also come along and understood as I've grown up, as I've matured, is like you're not going to be able to keep the same friends you had in high school, you know? The tighter your circle, the better your life is going to be. Sure, you can have friends outside and whatever and like be cool with everyone.
People
Just
help you grow. Like, that's the
that's
thing.
it.
You need
But
a
you need
branch.
your tight circle to help you grow as a person because you have to decide, all right, are they healthy for my life? No. Okay. Step aside, like don't make any more effort and then just go on with the people who do care about you, you know? But that's also to say treat others and everyone else with respect. And that's all everyone really wants, you know, just to be respected. And if you're not respected, then it's like you're beneath, they're beneath you. And you don't want anyone underneath you, you know? You want everyone to be on the same level.
Yeah. No, I get that. Treat everyone with respect.
Like, even if you don't like them, be respectful. It's like, yo, I don't, even though we don't fuck with each other, at least, like, you know, we can have a conversation. And if you don't want that conversation, okay, we'll agree to disagree and we'll move on.
Yeah, like, but then that just comes back to what are you trying to do with your energy? Like, are
Exactly.
you trying to have your energy where when you meet someone and you feel a type of way about them that it just like rattles your whole brain and all of a sudden you just
Mm-hmm.
all you focus on is that person and because you don't have a positive like interaction,
Mm-hmm.
like it eats you up inside.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like that
Mm-hmm.
happens all the time.
And that's when you just learn to drop it.
Yeah, you got it. Oh man, I learned that early.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But so in saying that, I'm just trying to think. No, it's the truth. Like that is literally the truth.
Yeah.
Like you got to keep moving. But then so you need that small circle of people around you, as you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
to keep you in line almost.
Yeah.
Like they're the same ones. If you got here and you acted funny, and be like, "Boom, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
What do you, like?
Yeah,
what
they'll
is
keep you
this?
in check, like,
Like,
you know. Exactly.
But then at the same time, you need to branch out from that circle as well.
Mm-hmm.
You always got to keep that small
Mm-hmm.
circle,
Mm-hmm.
but that's why when you said you never had the same group of friends from when you went to high school with,
Mm-hmm.
we got to think about what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like for me, went to high school in like the country,
Mm.
went to uni in like a bigger town, Geelong.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I'm going to meet more people. Of course, there's going to be new interactions.
Yeah.
But then I'm thankful for those experiences because they helped me grow.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I stayed back in Ballarat, like that was helping no one.
Yeah.
That was helping no one. But then people get comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're like, this is all we know. This is all I want. Like, I think that I want
Yeah.
because it's all that I know. And it's not
That's
until you
it.
step outside that comfortable
100%.
place
100%.
and you're like, oh, I'll tell you what, there's actually some other things out there that I wouldn't mind trying.
Yes, and that's what people got to realize as well. Trying new things. It's like, man, if you don't try new things, then you can't grow as a person. Like, if you're cutting hair the same way, you're not gonna grow as a barber. If the only thing you know how to do is do a 1 to 3 fade, which isn't really a fade, that's all you're ever gonna know. If you don't step outside your boundaries, then you don't get to see everything else.
You just
Go
don't.
travel. Go out of Geelong. Get out of Victoria. Get out of Australia. Just get out of your comfort zone. Because when you're at the point of being out of your comfort zone, you try and figure out how to adjust and make it comfortable again for you.
Yeah. And then not only that, and I love it how you ended on that. If you're in your comfort zone, and it's not until you change your comfort zone when you might realize the environment that you're in actually isn't the right environment for you.
Yeah.
Is that whole time that's actually been a negative environment because you got so comfortable in that way of thinking, you got so comfortable with the things that you dealt with in that environment. It's just all normal.
That's it.
When in reality, that's not normal.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
And it's like you won't know that until you steer away. And it's easier said than done. Like, I get it. Like, not everyone can just pack their bags and just be like, no, not doing this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's something tying them to that. And that's a falsehood. Like, that is, you think that negative environment needs you. That negative environment was negative before you. That negative environment could turn to a positive environment if you lead the charge.
That's it. And going on to that, why is it like, why can't you just pack up and leave?
Man, there's a whole bunch of like,
In all honesty,
yeah,
you're a 25-year-old man, you're out of home, you're working full time, doing your own thing. Why can't you just pack up and leave?
bro. Oh, man, sorry. I put my youth hat on there. Like, I went as a young man. If you're 25 years old and you're unsure,
Yeah.
like, that is when you have to pack a duffel bag and just be like, let's go see.
Yeah.
And then, but it's, you know what else it is? We live in a funny world. We live in a world right now where there are 25-year-olds who live at home. Oh yeah, I'm not throwing no shade. Go, that should be great. I wish I lived at home. I wish my mum cooked my meals.
Bro, my mum was like, stay home until you're married. I'm like, hell yeah.
Free rent, like,
Yeah.
you're able to get ahead.
That's right.
But sometimes those people aren't always the positive people that you need at that point in your life.
Yeah.
And if you're 25 and shit's kind of not really happening
Yeah.
because you're comfortable,
Move.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But then if we flip it, man, if you're a 16-year-old kid and your environment shit, how are you going to pack your bags when you don't have a job, you rely on other people? But then there's strength to that because you already know what's right and wrong. And like, you've seen all these different things, you've experienced all these different things. You kind of know exactly what you're doing. It's just the people around you that aren't doing those things. So in your head, you know they're right, but it's the people around you behaving the other way. Like, that's when you have to lead by example. Like, if everything's so bad and you can't leave, you got to switch it around. And if you try and you switch it around and that doesn't work,
Yeah. See, I think, but like between the age of, say, like high schoolers, 12 to 18,
yeah,
that's the age where everyone's just trying to fit in. And if they're trying to lead by example, that's gonna make them stand out too much.
True.
And that'll give them anxiety and be like, oh no, I don't want to stand out too much because that'll make me different from everyone else. Where I'm still trying to figure out what I'm trying to do, but fit in with everyone else. Like, I want to go to Johnny's party on the weekend, but I won't get invited because I'm doing something else.
Yeah. No, but when I say lead by example, what I'm talking about is it's places like school where you learnt the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah.
I'm saying lead by example in your negative environment. Like, when you're at home and everybody around you is not acting right. Like, that's when you have to lead the example. Like, I know I see it a lot. I see a lot of youth with younger brothers and sisters and the parents just aren't there. And like, shit, I get it. Parents can't be there for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's not until someone in that family is like, you know what, fuck all of this. This is just not okay. Like, we do not need to be doing this.
Yeah.
And that's when change starts.
Yeah.
And that's not when the change starts. Like, at school, I'm not saying you're going to go to school tomorrow and get straight A's. I'm not saying you're going to get invited to Johnny's party on the weekend.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is turning that around. Just like you did in that whole experience when you decided that working full time, studying full time, and doing other little jobs isn't working for me.
Yeah.
That's no different to that 16-year-old kid that's sitting at home, parents are both smacked out. He can do whatever because he can.
Yeah.
Man, if you can do whatever because you can, like, go out there and actually do.
That's it.
And, like, those people around you aren't going to encourage that. They will after they realise some of the things that you start doing.
Yeah.
But no, that's when I'm saying lead by example. Like,
Okay.
you got to lead by example for yourself in your home environment.
Yeah.
And that's not always easier said than done. Like, going to school and conforming with school, that's a whole other issue.
Would you say it's like also just changing your mindset?
Yep.
That's like, that's all. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Yep.
You could either be at home and conform to what your parents not being there, so that means I'm going to be a reckless child.
Man, just your parents'
Or
fuckery.
that's it. Or you can change your mindset to be like, all right, I've got no one else to look after for but myself. Let's try and make a bad situation better. You know?
I've got no one else to look after except for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody out there, if you ask yourself that same question and you don't have children, that answer's always going to be yourself. Unless you have a partner and stuff, like, yes.
Yeah.
But that's what we need to be doing.
Yeah.
And if the people around us can't look after us, like...
Yeah. Hey, just going back to like kids in high school between the ages of 12 and 18.
Yeah.
I think one thing that would have benefited me and someone told me when I was that age, I never got to experience, was make friends with everybody. I never did that because with high schools, there's cliques everywhere, right? You got the jocks, the nerds, the people who hang out on the other side of the oval. You've just got different cliques, and you don't want to associate with one clique because of one certain sort of
It's a stereotype.
yeah, like
involved with the
that
clique.
stigma. You know, you just don't want to be like, yeah, I'm not gonna hang out with those guys because those guys do weird stuff.
Yeah.
But like those guys that do weird stuff could end up being like the billionaires of the world.
Man, those guys that do weird stuff probably fuck up. And guess what else?
Yeah.
You learn from a fuck up.
Yeah.
And if you fuck up,
Yeah.
you'd prefer to do it as a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, that's right. But again, if someone told me make friends with everybody, don't judge anyone because they're hanging out with certain people. That would have been the best thing.
What do you think you would have done differently then? If you didn't do that?
What would I have done different?
Yeah.
I think it's more like I'd have bigger connections. Because, you know, everyone isn't themselves in high school. And then when they branch out of high school, they're doing their own stuff. And as adults, you want to be able to network with other people so you can help branch out to other people, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's only because I went to such a big high school. Like, it would have benefited me so much if I was just not so much be, like, really good friends with them. Just, like, have the respect. Yeah,
conversation.
have the conversation. Like, I never took the time out of my day to talk to this one particular person just because they were in a different group than me.
Yeah.
And if someone told me to just go ahead, talk to them, doesn't matter what you're going to talk about, just talk.
Right, just a what's up.
Yeah.
Like, or someone, like, you see the person that doesn't, like, get the attention, that doesn't fit into those groups. You go tell that man, like,
Yeah.
you good?
See, I only realized that when I was during my last year of high school. But if someone told me that when I was in year 7 and had that same mindset, like, shit, man, I'd be doing so much more.
Man.
I'd be trying to do so much more as well.
Heavy. Well, then that's, like, and I'm sure this is something, the fact that you even brought that up, I see how you operate with others. Now you always go and say what's up to everyone.
Yeah, 100%.
Just a what's up opens the door.
Yeah.
What's up today is tomorrow. It's, I've got something that I think would be good for you.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
he could be in a position, but you don't even know he's in a position because you just ignore the man every time you see him.
That's right.
The fact that you said one day, like, what's up? The next day it's been like, I've got something for you to try.
Yeah. Oh, game over. Yeah. That's it.
But you didn't move around in high schools, did you? You just went to the one school every time.
Yeah. So like knowing you, my experience was a bit different because mine was pretty clean cut. Like primary school, high school, uni, just all in one go. Whereas I know you moved around quite a bit.
Bruh. Yeah. Yeah, I went to a few schools. But then I don't think I didn't learn that at school.
What?
I like
Learn what?
to just say what's up to everyone.
Yeah.
Like for me and my brother, like we were the only two coloured kids
Yeah.
in the small country town that we're from.
Yeah.
That's just fucked.
Yeah.
Like everybody that looks at you, one, weirdly, or two, they're just like, what's up?
Yeah.
So half the time I found myself having to engage with these people without even wanting to engage with these people. And then like, that's just a little side rant, but the whole point I had was we were a lot more fortunate and we got to play a lot of sport. And so like we did things like when you do like rep tryouts and stuff,
you
you'd
get
be
to
squatted up with 5 different boys that you
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
And then that was all happening in primary school time. So, and because you're playing on a team, you have to learn to play together.
Yeah.
You can't be like, nah, fuck him. Like, he's a point guard, I'm the center. If I say
Yeah.
that, I'm not going to get the ball.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I need to be encouraging him in some
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, what's the whole point?
Yeah.
But because we kept doing that, and I realized early that same point guard, if I gas him up every play he makes, if he misses a shot, I'm like, fuck it, just get the next one.
Yeah.
I realized that not only made him better, just like you were saying, man, I got the ball more.
Yeah.
And then because of that, he would wait, he would coach me as well. He'd be like, look, instead of doing this and this so early, just wait and I'll get you.
Yeah.
And the only reason that was created was because as you said, the back and forth respect.
Yeah.
We weren't even mates. This is an absolute stranger, but I understand that we're playing 5-on-5, and if we want to impress the coaches that are trying to pick us, we need to work together.
Yeah. 100%.
But guess what else?
Oh.
That's what a coach is looking for. And like there are people around you telling this all the time. It's us that's just not listening. And like, and when I say it's not us just not listening, like you also have to be able to understand. You also have to be able to do these things. But unless you put yourself, comes back to trying again. Unless you put yourself in the opportunity to do those things, like you'll never learn.
Yeah.
It could have been a different story. Me and Jack could have just been at home, like chilling.
Yeah.
We would not be in the same position we're in today.
Yeah.
We were just fortunate that we had sport.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, I don't know what would have happened if we didn't have sport. But the irony of it is, everybody told us we were going to be like something in sport.
Because you're two big black guys that can play ball.
We're in a small country town where you're 2 feet bigger than everyone else.
That's right. That's
But then
right.
reality hits in when you hurt yourself twice, and all those people that are saying
Injuries,
that,
how bad are they?
just stop.
Oh,
Man, like,
I know. Like, imagine playing sport now. You'd be like, nah, no way. I'm not going to be able to pay the bill next month if I play sport and get injured.
facts.
You know?
Like, and
That's just the sad reality of growing up, bro. In a perfect world, you'd be playing sport and never getting injured, doing what you love and working. But you'll never be able to find there's no such thing.
man, you know how you said that you wish somebody told you to talk to everyone?
Yeah.
I wish somebody was like, you can make money using your mind
Yeah.
and not your body.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair.
the amount of like what athletes have to do to themselves to get to these elite levels.
Dumb. Yeah, that's true.
I'm not doing that. Like it's not even about the whole fitness side of things. It's
Yeah.
when you have a surgery, you have to relearn all those behaviors.
Yeah.
You really think about, is sports what I want to do?
Yeah.
And when that process is more than 6 months,
Yeah.
you find new things to do, especially as a kid.
Yeah, that's fair. But bro, imagine if you made the NBA.
Fuck the NBA.
Millions, bro.
Yeah, but like think about
Just get one contract and get out.
No, but then if I made the NBA, I've gone on a journey that one, I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
That two, other people have told me to do.
Yeah.
And three, being told and monitored. Everything in my life is being controlled by other people if I was doing that. And like,
But isn't that what you're doing if you were in a normal job anyway?
yep. It's the same thing. But then
Exactly.
it's like, who's trying to be in a normal job all their lives? Like for me, I've said it forever. If there's one thing I want, like, not want to do in life, it's work a 9 to 5. But unfortunately for me, my life just hadn't allowed for that. I've always had to work.
Yeah.
And even if I did go the sport route, I'd still have the same problems. I'm a bit more independent. Like if I kept playing sport, was playing like whatever, getting paid cash.
Yeah.
If I fucking hurt myself once, I'm fucked.
Yeah, that's right.
Like the rest of the rent that I have to pay, all my bills I have to pay, they don't just stop because I've hurt.
Yeah, that's right.
And I mean, I know so many people that have gone that route, hurt themselves, and have hurt themselves stupidly when they weren't playing their sport, and aren't able to get the surgery and stuff to actually recover properly. So they went from athletes like trying to do it, ends up like falling off a skateboard, like snaps his ankle or does an ACL damage and can't afford to do it again.
I feel that. I've done mine twice.
It's like I wouldn't want that for myself. Whereas in the 9 to 5, yeah, I hurt myself at work. Yeah, I get a bit of work cover.
Yeah.
Same with NBA. You hurt yourself in the NBA, you get some work cover. But if you're in the NBA and you hurt yourself doing some dumb shit,
Yeah.
woo!
I know.
Same for footballers. Like, nah, not happening.
Then just don't do
Not
that dumb shit.
happening.
Just play ball, bro.
Yeah, like
Just play ball.
oh. But then you know what sucks?
What?
At a football, basketball, football was a better sport. I'm talking about like AFL.
Yeah.
Was a better sport.
Yeah.
The culture fucking sucked.
I hear that a lot.
And I don't know if that was because I grew up in a like country town,
Yeah.
but fuck that.
Yeah.
Or like, my little brother's just quit playing football. He was a good little footballer. Like, Gil, you know it.
Yeah.
And like, and the things that he's experienced playing football, and like, how old's that boy? That boy's 10.
Yeah.
The amount of shit he's put up with just because he's different,
Yeah.
playing in that field as a 10-year-old, like, nah. Like, he has parents and shit calling him an ape and stuff. It's like, what the fuck? You're a grown-ass adult.
Yeah.
Like, you're picking on a 10-year-old because his
know.
10-year-old beats
Man,
your
why
kid
is
because your
that?
kid sucks.
Why do parents like
Jealousy.
Why do people just hang shit on like kids who, bro? They're like a third of your age. Leave them alone.
There's
Like,
so many layers to it.
What are they gonna do to you?
Bro, it's one, they're a shitty parent. 2, the kid they're picking on is beating their kid.
Yeah.
And because those 2 things have happened,
Yeah.
it's just a miserable person. And now a miserable person, instead of sitting there and feeling with that,
Yeah.
they're going to project it. So in that case, it was like some old like woman was just like, you're a fucking ape. And Gil's just like, your kid's shit at football. What does it happen? Woman gets triggered.
Yeah, that's
And you're like, hold on. You've provoked him with a racial slur. He's addressed the issue in what's actually happened.
Yeah,
And it's made you more upset.
that's it.
Who's at fault? The 10-year-old boy or the grown-ass woman yelling shit from the sideline?
Oh man, it just happens way too often. I don't get it, man. Just hold it in. Like, if anything, bash your child because
Your child sucks.
they should be better. You're gonna pay this much for them to play sport. You may as well get them to get better. You know,
No,
it's not the other kid's fault that your kid isn't up to par. It's your fault because your kid doesn't want to do what you want them to do.
or maybe it's your fault because they haven't listened to what their kid wants to do.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Like,
I know some parents out there that just like want their kids to play ball because they played ball as well, or they couldn't play ball when they were younger, so they have to do it now. Like,
but you know that's a real thing. Parents actually try to live through their children.
100%, because
That
like,
fucks me so hard. I'm
No.
just like, why?
look, that's a double-edged sword as well. Because for my parents, they never got the opportunity to go to a university because they didn't have the means to pay for it.
Yeah.
You know, so they're trying to get their kids, myself, my siblings, to finish uni,
Yeah.
just so they've got a fulfillment. You know.
Yeah.
But again, the other side is sport. Sport brings out the worst in people. Oh my goodness.
But then, all right, say if we flip that. Say if we take it back to what you said. Like, my parents didn't have the ability to do these things. Now I've got the ability to do those things. I think that's great. But I think the issue there is, it's a bit different for you because you actually, even though you say like you don't want to go to uni, but you're doing it for them. Like, there's a party that wants to educate and further yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole other story for parents like, go to uni, be a nurse so you can get a job. And this person's like, but I can build shit. I'm good with my hands.
Yeah,
Like, why the fuck would I go to uni when
that's
I'm
right.
like, I actually can build? I build stuff all the time.
That's
Half the
right.
stuff around the house, it's like being built by this person.
And see, that's my parents' argument. It's like, become a nurse so you can have a job until you're 60. I'm like, I don't want to work until I'm 60.
But I think that's just an ethnic thing. My dad,
Said the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And I was like, thank fuck I didn't listen to you.
Look, to be fair, that's where I get my like my way of just working hard.
Yeah.
You know, I work hard because my parents have worked hard,
Yeah.
and if no one's gonna take that away from me, you know.
Yeah. But you know, just because we're talking about it right now,
Yeah,
you want to keep your parents happy with that?
yeah,
No, sorry, your parents want you to do something.
yeah,
Already you didn't listen to them and you dropped out and you deferred,
yeah,
and that would have been heartbreaking for them. But then
Yeah.
the strength in that relationship came back when you decided to go back to uni.
yeah,
But only you decided to go back to uni, not for what they wanted you to do,
yeah,
for some shit that you wanted to do.
yeah.
And like
Yeah.
that, and if you're a parent, how can you be mad at that?
That's it. And I've run this with my dad as well, where it's like the opportunities he had in the Philippines was just so much harder because it was harder to get a job over there and
Oh,
make
bro,
ends
living in
eat.
Australia, like people don't know.
And it's like that's right.
They
Like
don't know.
you can make you can live, you can put food on the plate, you can have a bed to sleep in, a shelter over your head. Even if you just work a part-time job, working minimum hours, or minimum wage, sorry, you can still live. The only reason people are complaining about the minimum wage is because they want to live like the rich. And they don't live their lifestyle in accordance to their freaking wage. You know?
Man, you know what we're ignoring? We're ignoring the fact that we can work that same minimum wage job and go travel. But we've got
100%.
family overseas that work full time
Yeah.
and can't even afford to come and see us because
That's
the money
right.
in their economy is so
Bad.
minimal compared to
That's
here.
right. That's right.
Like they're 40 years old, have been working every day, and their whole objective is to one day send their oldest child to
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
Like, and we live in a nation where it's like I can work for 4 months, go to Europe,
I know.
like go party for 2 months, come back, and then hate
Yeah.
life again. It's
Yeah.
like,
I know, like, it's such a first world problem just to be like, man, I can't pay rent this week because I went out to party on the weekend.
twice.
Yeah. You know? I'm like, just do better with your money.
But, then that's a whole other
Hey,
conversation.
yeah, that's
we
right,
can
that's
like we can do better with our money, but if you're not taught
Yeah.
like what to do with your money, you'll never know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like you will never know. Like you will literally never know.
I think we've been running for like 50 minutes.
Damn. Oh well,
Yeah.
I didn't even think it'd go there, but I'm happy it did.
Yeah.
Oh well, if we. So what's next? What's next for Boom?
What's next for me?
Like we know about everything you do. What's next? What does a man like you want to do next? You've done this. You're a barber. You're pretty much a chef. Man's nearly finished with his uni degree. What's next?
Again, just grow as a person always. Become better at cutting hair. And I think the only way I'm going to learn how to do that is actually work at a shop. Because one day I want to open up, I don't necessarily want to open up a shop. I want to make something where it caters to other people. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do,
But-
but they
but,
are ready for that.
But we're not gonna go there.
But then
But
that's
again, I've got a dream. Like I've always wanted to open a cafe barbershop.
yep.
I just wanted to open up a pad where you can go get a haircut. There's a bar there. There's a cafe there. You can get food there. You know, like a
Common
man's
sense.
pad. I know there's already like places like that, but like I want to make it way more inviting for people because sometimes it's intimidating just to go to a new barbershop. You know,
Think
And I
about
want-
some of the people I've sent to you because they feel
Yeah.
intimidated in certain barbershops.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, and it's so much better for like men to gather around in one space
Yeah.
because just do manly things because
Wait, but positive, manly
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Look,
None of
look.
this hood rat shit. None of this dumb
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
be with
yeah,
your
yeah.
homies, gas each other
Yeah.
up to do the right thing.
That's
Not
right.
being like, nah,
That's
go do
right.
that.
100%. Like, what I enjoy about the barbershop is we talk about the culture. We talk about music. We talk about ball. We talk about football. We go on about like what we do outside of work, whether it be skate, we go fishing, we go camping or whatever. Like that sort of stuff. You want to just go out to a spot where you can just put your feet up and just hang around with people like minded, you know?
Bro,
And the big vision for myself is like to make a sort of, because we're living in a day and age where creatives are just making money now, right? Like, okay, it's hard work to find, but that's the niche I'm gonna target. I want to make like a space for people to just gather in one space and collaborate. I want to say like imagine like a big warehouse where there's a studio, indoor skate park, a kitchen, a retail store someone can just do a pop-up shop in. Have that and then centralize it so then when big companies want something, they can
that's
go
the
to
point
this
of,
place and be like, I need a graphics designer. Look, we're incubating a skateboard team.
why is that not what school looks like?
100%. Why is it like, oh man, if school was like that, bro, everyone would, there'd be so much more.
Motherfuckers would go to school.
Oh, yeah,
and thrive.
people would go to school, 100%. But because we're taught to sit in class and do maths rather than go outside, learn new tricks on a board, and because board riders make so much bank these days, I know nothing about skateboarding, but I know can make bank, you know?
And shout out to Geelong boys like Sam Atkins. Went to school with you. Man now travels the world skating.
That's right. And if he was he was probably a pro when he was like 16, 17.
That man's been good for a minute.
So if you did that but multiplied it by 100, it'd be so much better.
Because you got to start early.
Exactly. You got to start early. People like, okay, they've started coding now in school. That's cool.
That's probably should have came in probably 20 years ago.
That's right. Yeah, you've got your vet courses and like how to cook, how to lay bricks, whatever. What
Which
about
are
like
important skills as well.
studios where people want to learn music. Like schools can't facilitate all these sort of things. Imagine if there was a space where you can just go and you want to pick up a new skill.
For as a youth worker, this is all I think about. But
That's
then the
right.
reality of it is, someone's got to pay for it.
And that's exactly my point. I want to open up a place, and I'll be more than happy to give up all my savings, all my money in the world, to let kids just be them. Like let kids
Like,
grow
give
as
kids
a person.
opportunity.
100%. Like I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. When I was doing nursing, I just wanted to do pediatrics. Pediatrics is looking after kids, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I want to do pediatrics is, man, I'd love to help a kid get healthy and then he does something big in the world. Because,
Because you've
kids
taken the
have
time
so
to
much
help that kid.
potential, right? All well and good that, like, we got to look after everyone. But, like, if I can help kids and, like, they grow to be a bigger and better person, that's way better. Look, and the flip side to it is I didn't really want to get into aged care because, okay, we have to respect the elderly and keep them alive and stuff, look after them, tend to their needs. It's like, what more do they have to give to the world?
Oi, at the same time, get the fuck out of the way and let the younger people do some shit.
That's true.
Which
That's
is
true.
essentially the same thing you said, but that's just a harsh version of it.
Yeah, I didn't want to put it that way.
No, but fuck it.
Yeah.
There's no rules to this shit.
Yeah.
You're in the
yeah.
way. Move.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, create like an incubator for people.
Man,
How cool would it be if a 13-year-old learned how to cut hair?
bro,
And like they started making money when they were 15.
13-year-old needs the opportunity to be able to cut hair. 13-year-olds have opportunities to cut hair. Talk to your mates. Be like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What can we do for you? Like,
I know.
no, that'll go in a whole other tangent. Oi, but
Right. But yeah, that's the dream. That's what's next. For the foreseeable future, I think I want to get into a shop and just learn how to cut.
which I know you've got planned, brother, and I wish you all the best with that.
Yeah.
That'll work. You will
Yeah.
learn in a different environment. It switches things up.
Yeah.
Takes some pressure off you. Like, this is a move you thought about,
Yeah.
and this is a move I just wish you all the best with.
100%. Because the one thing with me, I've been I don't know if I've been trying, but I've just I just want to get out of the hospitality industry because I've never had a job where I was at home at night. I've never had a job where I was home before, in time for dinner.
Bro, we got to watch that energy.
You know. But again, at the same time, I did try. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did an admin job for a bit. I hated it.
Bro, it's not...
I actually hated it. I was like, man, get me back in the kitchen.
You are a man that makes money with his hands.
Yeah.
Why would you sit at a desk?
Bro, I don't know. It was
But
just,
hey, you don't.
again.
You didn't know that wasn't for you
yeah.
until you tried it.
Yeah, 100%.
You tried it, and you were like,
100%.
nope.
That's one of those things. It's that
You ain't
thing
know until you
going
try.
back to I don't want to be washing dishes for the rest of my life, so I'm gonna try and find something else to do. You know, again, I'm still washing dishes to this day, but at least I'm not doing admin.
Bro.
God no,
Big facts.
no, thank you.
Big facts. Wait, there's one question I want to start asking everyone because I believe it's an important question. And everybody that comes and sits wherever it may be in this space. And it's the same question I'll ask you. It's the same question I'm going to ask everyone. But if you could go back, what's the one thing that you wish you were told as a youth? If someone was just
we did mention it.
cut all that out.
Yeah.
No, but up to you. If it's
okay,
that same thing.
If it wasn't being told to make friends with everybody,
Yeah.
I would say just keep doing things that you like to do, because eventually it'll work out. You know, I was cutting hair on the side this whole time without even blinking an eye. I was just cutting hair just because it was fun, and now I'm sort of making it a profitable business. You know.
Mate, you're doing more than profitable. I see you got watch on. You're doing all right.
No, it's nothing. It's like $120.
Sheesh, you don't tell them that.
Yeah.
They look at that and that's a band on the wrist, bro.
No, but in all seriousness, yeah. Just keep doing what you love and money will find its way. But don't even do it for the money.
Never.
Don't even do it for the money, because doing the things you like to do is what makes you you.
Doing the things you like to do will keep you happy.
That's right.
And then if you do all that and make money, you'll be happy.
Oh, you'll
money.
be happy. Oh, yeah, you'll be happy with money.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's hard math, bro. It's hard math.
That's true. But yeah, just keep doing you. Just do things you like to do. You know, it sounds so simple. It is essentially. You just gotta.
But that's one of the things that have driven you to get to where you are right now.
100%.
That was one of the driving factors, and man, you should be proud. And there's one thing I wish you never do. I want you to never stop trying. I want you to always be trying.
Oh yeah.
And I know a man like you will go so far and you'll experience some of the best things.
Yeah.
And I just want you to go out there and experience those things.
Yeah. Thank you.
Man, don't hold yourself for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm so keen to see what you got.
Yeah.
You got so much on the way.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout. Wait, tell them where they can find you.
I mean,
how does a man contact you in regard to or a woman contact you in regard for a haircut?
Look, if you want a haircut, just hit me up on Instagram, VNCBLRS.
Wait, Liam, make sure that shit's on the screen after he says that.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll find my contact details there. Hit me up. If you know someone who knows me, go through them. I'm pretty easygoing.
We'll put your stuff everywhere for the people that don't.
Yeah. Otherwise, just say what's up whenever you see me. I'm not gonna bite. I'm pretty chill.
Bruh, I think from everything you've taught us, it's say what's up to anyone that looks your way.
Yeah.
But not in a negative way. And don't be like, what's up, cut?
No. It's like, yo, what you packing?
What's
what
up?
you packing? Nah.
Nah, you ain't out here trying to start fights.
Nah,
You're just generally
never.
Are you good?
Yeah. That's right.
Bro.
That's right. Why not?
That's powerful. Wait, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
thank
much
you,
for
thank
coming
you.
on.
No, my pleasure, my pleasure.
Bro.
It's cool. It's cool that you got this thing up and running. We've been
Man.
talking about it for a while now, and now it looks like it's gonna be a thing.
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
that I can stay consistent. I hope the people around me
Bro.
stay consistent. And I hope that we just do our best to keep winning.
100%, man. It's exciting.
We just keep winning.
Yeah. Damn.
Snap.
Wrap it up.
All right, bro. Liam, do what you need to do, G.
Sweet as. Good job, boys.
Swish. 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 Wait, Jack, please tell me that shit saved.
Oh no.
This motherfucker, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.